Technical and tactical performance models are essential framework used to analyse and improve athletic performance. They emphasise the importance of integrating technical skills with tactical understanding, allowing athletes to perform at their best in competitive environments. Tactically, Jose Mourinho implemented a solid defensive structure, often using a 4-2-3-1 formation. He instructed his players on maintaining shape and discipline, which allowed them to absorb pressure and counter-attack. The team was known for its organisation and ability to exploit the opposition's weaknesses, often setting traps for opponents to lose possessions. Mourinho focused on the technical skills of his players, emphasising the importance of precise passing and ball control. He worked with players like Hazard and Cesc Fabregas to enhance their individual skills, ensuring they could execute complex plays effectively. Hazard's ability to dribble past defenders and create scoring opportunities was a key element of Mourinho's strategy. This is a perfect example of using personal qualities to execute his plan. It was important to Mourinho to have players with specific qualities, otherwise his way of playing would not be successful, as demonstrated by his time at Tottenham.
Pep uses his technical and tactical side to his game, as in possession his main focus is ball possession and to tire out the opponents as quick as possible. He uses the technical side of the players to make sure they're moving the ball off 1 to 2 touches. This has worked efficiently throughout his career with Bayern Munich and Barcelona, but mainly has been a major impact on Man City's success over the last couple of years. Pep Guardiola shows confidence in his players as he encourages them to play out the ball quickly, and this then gives the players confidence and makes them perform better. The confidence Pep has showed towards his players has paid off as City continue to dominate opponents and continue to win titles.
Sport-specific knowledge refers to the understanding and expertise required to excel in a particular sport. It encompasses a broad range of factors that contribute to an athlete's performance, including tactics, strategy, skills, rules, and mental preparation. Mourinho uses sport-specific knowledge to his advantage by exploiting loopholes in the rules and researching information on how the other team will play. A great example of this is when he was manager of Inter and they played Chelsea in the Champions League. Having managed Chelsea before, Mourinho knew how they would try to play and the importance of their individual players. To counter this, he set up a strong defensive strategy and instructed his team to press Chelsea's midfield to cut off forward passes and force them into mistakes. He also knew that defensively, Chelsea were not good at defending set pieces. He took advantage of this and Inter scored from a corner in the game. Inter won the game 3-1, demonstrating Mourinho's ability to use his knowledge of the game and his opponents to win. This is a perfect example of using good approachability to end in success. It was important for Mourinho to approach the game correctly, otherwise the score might have not been in favour of Inter.
Pep Guardiola uses his personal qualities and his knowledge to ensure his players are fed with the right information. He has also used his personal qualities from his professional days at Barcelona, and this gives him the edge and makes his players fueled with their correct stuff and given them wins on match day. One of Guardiola's core principles is controlling possession to dominate the game. His teams typically play with a high emphasis on short passing, keeping the ball and building attacks from the back. This often allows teams to wear down his teams to wear down opponents by forcing them to chase the ball, creating space for offensive players. Guardiola's teams are known for their intense high pressing of the pitch. They win the ball back quickly after using it, forcing turnovers in dangerous areas, which often leads to immediate attacks. Guardiola is a master at managing in-game situations, adjusting tactics based on the flow of the match. His ability to identify weaknesses in the opponent's system and adapt his own tactics accordingly is one of his defining qualities. For instance, when facing a team with a weak press or one that struggles defensively, Guardiola will exploit these vulnerabilities by adjusting his formation or style of play. Guardiola's deep knowledge of football also extends to understanding the strengths and weaknesses of his opponents. He spends significant time analysing opponents' teams studying their systems and coming up with game plans to neutralise their key threats. His detailed analysis includes not only team tactics but also individual player tendencies, ensuring that his team is always prepared for specific match situations.
Appropriate drills and practices help players improve their skills and understanding of the game by setting up drills designed to specifically improve one area of their game. Jose Mourinho is known for his meticulous approach to training and the use of specific drills tailored to his team's needs. By using tailored drills and practices, Mourinho maximises his players' potential, prepares them for various match scenarios, and builds a cohesive and competitive team. An example of this, during his time at Chelsea, he introduced a drill called the box. Its objective was to maintain possession under pressure. This benefited all players involved in the drill, as it improved the press and press resistance of the players. This is a good example of Mourinho using organisation to achieve success. It was important for his team to practice this drill, as it would be implemented into the way they would play, which is crucial for their success.
Pep Guardiola is known for his thoughtful approach to training. His drills are designed to develop the technical and tactical skills of players while they're fostering a fluid team structure. Pep uses organisation to plan out each session. He uses this so the players train consistently and perform on match day. Here's how Guardiola uses appropriate drills. Playing out from the back. Guardiola's team famous for short passes and possession-based football, so drills often focus on maintaining possession under pressure and quick, accurate passes. High pressing. Developing players' understanding of when and how to press the opposition. Transitional play. Encouraging rapid transitions from defence to attack, and vice versa. And individual technique focus. Even in team-orientated drills, Guardiola places a strong emphasis on individual technique.
Jose Mourinho uses differentiation in several ways to conform to the needs of his players and optimise team performance. Mourinho often designs training sessions that focus on specific skills or tactics based on the individual strengths and weaknesses of his players. He would also differentiate player roles according to their abilities and playing styles, ensuring they perform at their best. By using these differentiation strategies, Mourinho creates an environment where players can thrive and contribute effectively to the team's objectives. This approach not only enhances individual performance, but creates a strong team dynamic. This is an example of Mourinho solving problems, as he has to ensure the players are playing at their best. So to solve this problem, he must create specific drills based on each player's position.
Pep Guardiola uses differentiation in football through his unique emphasis on possession-based play, positional discipline and fluid attacking movements. His teams maintain high possession to control the game, with fullbacks inverting into central areas and players consistently switching positions. High pressing strategy focuses on coordinated counter-pressing to win the ball quickly, while his attacking style is unpredictable, with forwards playing flexible roles. This tactical adaptability, combined with detailed game plans for each opponent, sets Guardiola's team apart.
Jose Mourinho uses conditional adaptations in several ways to optimise his team's performance based on the specific circumstances of a match. He is known for his ability to adapt his tactics based on the opponent's strengths and weaknesses. He also makes decisions about which players to start based on the conditions of the match, such as opponent or importance of the game. By using conditional adaptations, Mourinho maximises his team's chances of success by ensuring that they are prepared for a variety of situations and challenges encountered during a season or match. This is an example of rapport, as Jose must have good relationships with his players so they can understand why he may leave them out of a certain match for the benefit of the team, avoiding any arguments and making the interaction more pleasant.
Pep Guardiola is known for his tactical sophistication, and one of the key elements of his coaching style is his ability to make conditional adaptations during matches. These adaptations are adjustments that depend on various in-game conditions, like the opponent's strategy, game state and flow of the match. Here's a breakdown of how Guardiola employs these conditional adaptations in football. High press or low block. Guardiola's team typically press high up the pitch, but depending on the opponent's strength and pressing ability, he may instruct his players to press lower. For example, against teams with fast attackers or strong counter-attacking style, his teams might drop deeper to prevent being exposed. Triggering press. The team doesn't press all the time, they wait for a trigger to engage the press. This is a conditional response based on the opponent's positioning and timing of their passes. Dominating possession. Guardiola's team are built around controlling possession, however, depending on the opponent's strength, they might adjust their passing tempo. Against a team that pressures high, his players might play quicker, vertical passes to bypass the press. Against a low block, the tempo may slow down to patiently probe the opponent.
Mourinho uses progression in his coaching approach in several ways to develop his teams and achieve success over time. Mourinho focuses on improving individual players by identifying their strengths and weaknesses. He works on their technical skills, tactical understanding and mental resilience, helping them progress in their careers. He emphasises the importance of team unity and chemistry by fostering strong relationships among players and creating a positive team environment. Mourinho helps his squad progress together both on and off the pitch. By using progression in these ways, he maximises his team's potential and enhances their chances of success over time. Mourinho uses motivation to get his players to improve, as without motivation they will not have the confidence or desire to improve, hindering the team's success.
Pep Guardiola is renowned for his tactical brilliance, and one of the key aspects of his coaching philosophy is how he uses progression in football. In this context, progression refers to moving the ball forward from defence to attack in a controlled and purposeful manner. Guardiola's methods of progression are built on several principles. Players are positioned in specific zones on the field to maximise space and passing options, ensuring that the team maintains control of the ball while progressing up the pitch. Guardiola's team often plays with a sawtooth formation where players move between key positions, creating passing lanes and triangles. This allows for a quick ball circulation and the ability to break defensive lines with short passes.
Performance profiling is a technique used to analyse the performance to identify areas where improvements can be made. It is a crucial step in development for an athlete to reach their full potential. Jose Mourinho has effectively used performance profiling in his career to improve his team's performances. During his time at Chelsea, he often conducted detailed analysis of his players' performances using videos and statistical data. He would break down matches to assess individual performances and identify specific areas for improvement. He would then tailor training sessions to improve on the players' weaknesses. He would also profile the opponents to understand their strengths and weaknesses, allowing him to create a game plan. This helped his team prepare for better games and led it to improved performances on the pitch.
Pep Guardiola places a significant emphasis on fitness assessments as part of his overall strategy to improve team performance. He understands that in modern football, fitness plays a crucial role in executing tactical plans, maintaining high intensity and reducing the risk of injuries. Here's how Guardiola interrogates fitness assessments into his approach to enhance performance. Guardiola uses fitness assessments to ensure that players are physically prepared for the demands of high-intensity playing styles. This includes baseline fitness tests. At the start of the season or after a break, players undergo fitness tests. For example, VO2 max, sprinting tests, and endurance assessments to determine their cardiovascular fitness strength and general conditioning. Using GPS trackers and heart rate monitors during their matches and training, Guardiola assesses how much distance players cover and how fast they move, and how their heart rates respond to different phases of play. Guardiola is known for tailoring his training based on fitness levels of individual players. Players who have lower fitness levels or those coming back from injury may have customised training plans to bring them up to speed. Guardiola's coaching staff will use data from the fitness assessments to determine the specific needs of each player. Guardiola uses data such as muscle fatigue, soreness, and sleep quality, and Guardiola can determine whether a player is fully recovered before training or match day, and this helps them make informed decisions about a player which players are fit to play, reducing the risk of overuse injuries.
Goal setting in sports is an important process that helps athletes focus their efforts and improve their performance. It is about creating clear objectives that guide athletes in their training and competitions, helping them enhance their performance. An example of Mourinho using goal setting is when he returned to Chelsea in 2014-15. He set a clear objective of winning the league. To achieve this goal, he communicated the goal to the whole squad, emphasising that it was the main objective for the season. He also set goals for individual players to keep them motivated throughout the season. His clear goal setting and focus on both team and individual objectives led Chelsea to win the league with several games to spare, demonstrating how effective goal setting can be.
After every match, Guardiola conducts detailed analysis of the game, observing both his own team and the opposition. Guardiola and his coaching staff break down each player's performance through video analysis, and this includes tracking how well players execute their tactical roles, their decision making, positioning and overall effectiveness in the relation of the team strategy. He looks at broader team patterns such as ball circulation, pressing efficiency, and how well they maintain shape both in and out of possession. Observation tips help him identify areas for improvement in how the team works together. Guardiola places great emphasis on using video analysis, breaking down game footage to pinpoint where things went right or wrong. He studies the tactical approach for both his team and the opponent to understand how they respond to different situations. Guardiola consistently observes the playing styles of future opponents. He assesses their formation, individual player tendencies, and common patterns of play to find ways to exploit their weaknesses. He may study how an opponent reacts to pressing or transitions, or how vulnerable they are during set pieces or defensive transitions.
Designing effective sessions in sports involves careful planning and consideration to ensure that athletes develop their skills, fitness and understanding of the game. By designing an effective session, it will not only enhance performance but also keep the players engaged and motivated. An example of Mourinho doing this in his time at Chelsea, where he focused on creating sessions that not only developed individual skills but also team cohesion and tactical understanding. By carefully structuring his sessions around the players he was able to enhance the performance of his players and build a strong, cohesive team that won the league that year, which they had not done the previous season. This shows how important session design can be to the improvement of players.